Okay, so 3, 2, 1. Alright, we are currently podcasting. This is the Speed Dogs episode 2. So we want to get the cat out of the bag, first of all. So we're doing the double webcam.
Yo,
So please say hi. Wave.
Why am I waving?
Because we have the double webcam. This is the new technology. We are missing someone compared to the last episode. Vio has decided to leave the program as he is unreliable. And so if you're wondering why it took so long to get episode 2 out, we were both ready to go. And Vio was just like, I don't feel like it. But he didn't say I don't feel like it as in I quit. He said, I'll do it tomorrow. You know, that kind of stuff. So Vio's gone. Unfortunately, it just didn't work out. He's not down with podcasting. This is very unprofessional.
He's not down with the cast.
Yeah?
He's not with the pod.
And so we're just gonna move on from that. I want to have him on. As a guest and stuff. So it's not like he's not gonna be on and stuff. But I don't think he's gonna be able to be a main host, unfortunately. And that is the update. So do you just want to get right into these news? Because I want to talk about the second thing here first. The mashing stuff. This is the only speedrunning news I got.
Yeah, you want to just dive right into that?
I just want to dive right in. Well, before that, I wanted to talk about the website. This is speed.dog/speeddogs. And as you can see here, we're going to be archiving the archives here. So check out speed.dog/speeddogs. Yeah, so what link do you want me to bring up here for the mashing?
I think a good one is just like bring up this Twitter thread.
Okay, so
because it's been gaining some ground recently. A lot of talks about mashing and turbo have been going on.
Yeah, so I don't really know what's going on too much. I don't really, I'm not a huge speedrunner. I'm a speedrunner. I'm a world record holder. I'm kind of a big deal, but I'm not like the biggest deal, right? So there's been, a lot of discussion that I've seen lately between people that I know and also people that I don't know about what is considered mashing. When you press buttons really fast. So we have a little Twitter thread here. That is apparently worth talking about. And this is by Half Coordinated. I've met Half Coordinated. He's a fine user. He's okay. You're really gonna need a new light next time, by the way.
What do you mean new light?
You're gonna need
it's
a
good.
This is ridiculous.
Maybe we should just do it in the morning.
Maybe we should. Anyway, so what do you think? We have not. Okay, so for the record, we have not discussed mashing between ourselves, so we don't know if we agree on this. But I have a very, very hot take on mashing.
Oh God.
So, what do you think?
What do I think? So, the thing about like mashing and like, I think it's about. I guess this is more about like allowing turbo use in speedruns.
Yeah,
and I think that's like completely dependent. Like
it's like
that totally changes the meta.
It's mashing versus like turbo, which is just holding a button and it simulates mashing. So that's kind of the argument that I'm seeing here. Yeah. But what were you saying? Did I cut you off? I feel like I cut you off.
I said like having turbo in your like speedrun, it's a completely different meta. Like it kind of changes. Like I think when people think turbo, they think, oh, they're just going through the dialogue really quickly. But like I think like when you allow turbo, you kind of like people start looking for things that are completely like outside of like text to like utilize turbo and to like save time that way. And like it kind of just changes everything. Yeah, I think
changes everything. So would you say that the game has changed at that point?
The game has changed.
It's over. Interesting. So what do you think? Is turbo good or bad? Let's actually get into a debate here. I want to debate.
I think so. I think it's good if it like the main focus of it is that it's like it reduces like strain on the player. I think that's a good aspect of it. I think the other aspects of it that like where you're utilizing turbo in like weird situations to like get weird frame advantages. That's like the part I don't like about it. I think that's kind of like the pros and cons, depending on the game and stuff.
Yeah, for sure. I think a lot of people, one thing I want to get out of the way is that a lot of people, I'm looking at the replies here, and one of the big things, I've been a speedrunner since 2013, so I've been here. I've been around the block a few times when it comes to turbo. And one of the big things that people say is that mashing is a skill, and thus it's too important to like simulate. And first of all, mashing is not a skill. There's nothing skillful about mashing. There is no skill. So I just wanna.
I think okay, there's some skill, and in that the way, like when you start off mashing, like you can improve slightly. I think.
No, I mean mashing is a skill in the sense that you can improve, but it's a skill with like a ceiling that's like 1% above having never mashed before.
Exactly. It's like such a small marginal like improvement rate that it's essentially like completely genetic, and like it's not super healthy, I don't think.
Yeah, one thing about mashing is that it's not healthy. So I know people that speedrun RPGs and speedrun RPGs, not like they'll play an RPG and speedrun it sometimes, but they speedrun RPGs and they like play that shit all the time. And mashing can like give you like carpal tunnel and stuff, and it can like kind of like fuck your wrists up, and especially if you're doing that shit for like I don't know, fucking 12 hours a day, just like vibrating your thumb. It's just like I don't know, it's not okay, it's not good. And honestly, like a majority of like mashing through text boxes is just so fucking tedious and boring, and like they're like nobody cares. And then think about it this way, if we allow turbo, it equalizes the playing field and kind of converts like text boxes into just loading screens in a way. Like it makes it so that the run is actually more skill based in actual execution rather than just pressing X over and over again. And so I find that pretty interesting. Because like imagine like you're speedrunning a game with a lot of text and like I don't know, you lose like a second because of a text box mashing error or something. It's silly. You know what I mean? It's just silly. Or because it's like 8 hours into the run and you're tired.
Right. I wanted to bring that in like into attention here. It's like, so you're playing an RPG, right? It's let's say 5 hours. You're like, I don't know, if your game plan to go into that is like, I want to save every single frame, you're gonna mash your ass off like nonstop. And like if you're a speedrunner, you're gonna be grinding this game like quite often to get like a good time. So like the difference between like doing very good mashing and like pretty good mashing is like really big in terms of like effort and like amount of like exhaustion like used. It's just like insane.
Yeah, no, for real. Now, as far as turbo being allowed outside of text boxes, I think you were showing me some tweet about Mario.
Right, so the thing about Mario is if you go to the rules, you will see that
Can you
it
send
says me a link? I will. Yes, I will.
Post it in the doc.
View rules. Okay. You'll see that it says basic turbo controller functions are now allowed for.
This link? I don't know where the link is.
Okay, I'll just read it, okay?
No, give me the link! No, this is bad production value. Give me the link right now.
How do I give it to you?
Just put it in the document, like at the top.
In the doc, okay.
Just put it in the doc. Give me the link. Okay, so this is SMRPG. What is that?
Yes.
This is
Super
Mario
RPG. That's
All
Mario.
Right. This is Mario. So we're looking at the rules here. Okay.
It's first line.
Alright, cool. I'm reading? Wait, you're reading? You read?
Okay. Basic turbo controller functions are now allowed for text mashing, but not the use of macro to input super jumps. So essentially that means only like you cannot like set the mashing speed to in order to do like things that are outside of the function of like a turbo controller. So like doing like timed jumps in like an interval rather than just like mashing. But that's like completely irrelevant. Essentially, though, it says that it's for text mashing, but in the speedrun, there's multiple sections where doing using the turbo can be beneficial elsewhere, including like so like there's a section where you need to like go light up some like star orb thingies. So you like run up to them and then you have to like mash A to like light them up. So if you use turbo, you just like set turbo on and you just like hold the run button and just run up to it. But if you're like doing that manually, then I'm out of breath here. What the hell?
You're out of breath. Oh my god.
I'm out of breath.
Jesus.
So when you're doing it manually, you have to like hold the controller really weirdly and like run up to it and like mash like weirdly to like hit the button. It's kind of awkward. And like you can also use turbo to like make sure you hit enemies like as fast as possible. If you're like not timing the hit or whatever. Anyways, essentially the point is it's not all for text mashing, but like the rules state it's for text mashing, and no one's gonna get banned for using it outside of text mashing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think the thing about turbo buttons are it's just like, well, macros. I think macros should just be straight up not allowed. I think like any macro that's not just straight turbo, you know, like just the fastest possible inputs. I think that kind of stuff should just be automatically kind of disregarded. But like because like turbo buttons have existed, like there's like lots of official controllers and stuff that exist for consoles that have a built-in turbo button. Like there's lots of adapters and there's lots of games even that have a built-in turbo button. So I mean, I don't see what the big deal is with having a turbo. And I think it's actually really cool if turbo can be used outside of text mashing. It's just that like when it gets to the point where it's like a weird macro thing, like in emulators, like I don't know, is that a thing people even do?
Not that I'm aware of. I don't think that's like. It's just.
Is that just like in there for like just worst case scenario? I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, well.
But yeah, it's kind of like trying to avoid those kind of macro situations.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't really have a strong take on this, but I think it's really funny that there are people that have very strong takes on this. And I found some guy on Twitter that someone was talking about, and I looked at this person's profile. I'm just gonna like, just get the link real quick. I looked at this person's profile, and I thought it was just the most hilarious thing I've ever seen in my life. So this is some guy who has like a bunch of tweets about how hardcore he is, and Luzbel. I thought this guy was so fucking funny reading his fucking bio, so I just want to get him in here and make fun of this fucker. Fallacy Hunter. I hate feminazism. I have world records. Now, at first, I thought this is a joke. Right? There's no way that this is real, that, this person exists. That's just not possible. This is a joke. First of all, feminazism. Come on now. And then Fallacy Hunter. Fallacy Hunter is just the most absurd thing I've ever seen in my fucking life. Fallacy Hunter. Imagine hunting fallacies. Like, so the only people that fucking say the word fallacy, are people that, like, are basically, like, 13. So, imagine, like, not only saying fallacy in, like, a contextually semi-appropriate, it's never appropriate to say fallacy, but in a semi-appropriate instance, that's one thing, but basing your fucking identity around hunting for fallacies, and then also just saying, I hate feminazi. It's like, you automatically know this person's a douchebag. And it's funny that, like, I look at their tweets, and, like, it's just a bunch of retweeting, like, stupid-ass fucking bullshit about how, like, text box mashing is, like, oh,
it's a skill.
It's a skill, and I'm so good, guys. And I just, like, these people are fucking cringe.
Yeah, I mean, that is, like, it's weird that that's the kind of, like, focus here is like it's like a skill.
Yeah, who cares? No one cares. Also, Final Fantasy sucks, and you're not a real speedrunner. Play a better game. Actually, I'm gonna look this up real quick. What is this guy's name? Luzbell. Luzbell. I'm gonna look him up on speedrun.com. Luzbellium. God, speedrun.com fucking sucks.
It really does, and it's been like the same for like 2 years now. I'm pretty sure like nothing has changed. It's like the same like site just rolled out look as it has been for a few years. It's like exceptionally poor at showing like individual level speedruns as well.
Yeah, it's horrendous. This fucking guy thinks he's like he's hot shit. Or they're hot shit. I'm not going to assume. But I mean, like, honestly, like, really? Like, this is your page, and you're gonna be talking about how you're good at video games? I don't know, it's a little silly. That's a little silly. That's a little silly. Do you have anything else to say about fucking this stupid shit? I feel like we've gone on too long about. Like, no one cares
about this cringe shit.
No one cares about.
I have more, but I don't.
No one cares about speedrunning.
I don't think it's like hot takes or anything. So
hot takes.
I think we're ready to go on.
Yeah, speedrunning is fucking stupid, and these people suck.
My hot take is to like stop saying how it's a skill, because I mean, of course, it's a skill, and everyone knows it's a skill, but that's not the point.
Yeah, no one cares. We're not saying that mashing isn't a skill. We're saying that it takes no skill. We're saying that you fucking suck. Fuck you. Alright, anyway. I wanted to take a moment to talk about a certain user that made a certain video about a certain thing. And so here we have my Doom E1M1 world record, mind you. This is a world, this is like a serious. This is serious.
It's the best in the world. No one has beaten this.
It's literally the best in the world. It's a phenomenal run, and I love it. But so I was thinking of things to talk about for this podcast in relation to speedrunning, and I was struggling, right? Because I hate speedrunning and I hate speedrunners. And I was thinking, what speedrunner do I hate the most that I haven't talked about much lately? And that was Apollo Legend. And Apollo Legend is like hot garbage. So Apollo Legend made this video a while ago. Basically about the top 10 world record speedruns, and I just wanted to take a moment to talk about this video, because there's a part here where he talks about Doom, and I just want to like listen to it real quick. So, Brooke, if you don't mind, just like kind of like hover away and just let me rant about this for a moment. You can go like,
hover away.
Just get out of here.
Record.
What does this mean?
There it is.
Yeah, just
Doom had one of the earliest
listen to
speedrun
this shit.
communities. Like GoldenEye, its popularity and in-game timer made it an obvious speed game. In 1998, Panther set the record for the very first mission, beating it in 9 seconds. On the outside, this run doesn't seem super impressive because of how short it is. However, it's now been almost 19 years since this record was set, and no one has even submitted an equal time.
I do like the fact that the only reason he is saying this is because he only uses speedrun.com to check for records.
Exactly. Okay, so now, the reason why I think this is a good video to talk about, and even though it's published on, this is only a year old, a year and a half. Okay, so it's almost 2 years old. It's an old video, to say the least. But the reason I want to talk about it, and because this is something I think it's a good thing to talk about, even though it's topical, like not even remotely topical, is because the amount of volume of people that reference this video is absurd. So I'm a Doom speedrunner. I speedrun Doom. I'm pretty good at it. You know, I'm a speedrunner of I mostly speedrun UV Max, but I have dabbled in other stuff. So I wanted to like look at this. So look at this screenshot when he made the video, and look at how there's only 1-9. So he stressed that no one's ever submitted an equal time. But first of all, this is just speedrun.com, as Brooke said. And so I just want to like look at the level leaderboard now because it's just ridiculous. This is a direct result of this video, and it makes me very upset. So look at all of these first place people here. Look at all of this. So as soon as this video happened, I had to so I'm a moderator of this leaderboard. So basically, I had a shitload of people start spamming me, asking me about the legendary world record. And the thing about this that's ridiculous is that 9 seconds is not difficult to get. So at the very beginning, I showed that I have a 9-second run. It's not difficult to get. This took me probably about an hour of like barely even trying. And it's not hard to get 9 seconds. So the thing with Doom that I find interesting that Apollo Legend did no research is that there's also what's called DSDA, which is the Doom Speed Demos Archive. And so this is where actual Doom runs are. And you can find all this stuff. So we can click on Doom here.
It's really epic because he totally mentions how it's one of the like earliest speedrun communities, and then he goes to speedrun.com for like the world record like verification here, and I just think that's really funny.
No, it's hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious. So as you can see here, there's all these runs that aren't listed on speedrun.com because this game's basically been kept track of for so fucking long that when we made the speedrun.com leaderboard, we only put like the first time for all of those up because that was the only time that matters. But as you can see here, there's plenty of 9s, and most of these have been here since before the video came out, so it's not like you couldn't have done the research here. And it's just like the sheer volume of cringe, and I just like, one thing here is I'm going to make fun of this crafter dark person, like, look at this. Okay, so this is May 17th, okay, that this run was submitted, and this video came out on April 21st. So this person, I remember talking to this person, guiding them through the process of achieving the legendary world record, and then they uploaded this, and then they even used language like fucking legend. I'm gonna go for the legendary 8, and it's just like, this shit is just bizarre to me, and it just like, it enrages me, because like Apollo Legend is garbage, and like, look at the fucking view count here, like fucking 500,000. And I only, like, I can't comment on the rest of these games, right? But I know Doom, and I guarantee you, if anyone from any other of these communities would have, like, want to, like, look into any of these videos, and I've seen some people that have looked into Apollo Legend videos, like, this guy is just a fucking idiot.
Do you know which other games happen to be on this one? This list?
No, I'm not gonna watch this video. It's
GoldenEye.
Is there
007. Nah, I mean, I could give my 2 cents on those ones.
Do you want to? Go for it real quick.
So, he puts in the infamous meme video of Ryan Lockwood achieving Streets 112.
Right.
Now, that's not a world record anymore. The world record is 111 by like 7 people. And Ryan Lockwood is no longer world record holder on that level.
Does this guy not have the 111?
No, he doesn't have 111.
Wow.
There was like a new manipulation strategy that was found afterwards to make 111 more doable.
Okay.
The thing about 112 is the reason that it is good isn't because like the 112 is actually like insane. It's because like it was unexpected. So it's not because of the skill. You just put it on here because of like the epicness factor, I suppose. So it's not like a top 10 world record speedrun, because there's a lot of very, very good speedruns that are not on this list, and I don't know. I just find that interesting.
I just saw that there's a comment by the guy who did the original run that Apollo was talking about for Doom, who like is basically just saying like, this video's dumb. Well, like in a nice way, and like, actually explaining the history, and like not a call out post. But it's just, it's really funny. God, comments for these fucking videos are fucking awful. Why are
I'm really loving how in the description it says, huge thanks to R. Lycus for his 007 Speed Lore series.
Jesus. Yeah, I hate all these people. All these people are fucking garbage.
The thing about this list is it's based on essentially popularity. And the popularity of like the run and the excitement of the run, because like obviously Apollo Legend does not know what a good record is, but like depending on how excited the person is achieving the record is a big determining factor to being on this list, I think.
Yeah, no, it's ridiculous, honestly. Like it's not top 10 world record speedruns. It's what speedruns can I get the most like clickbait kind of, arbitrary kind of manufactured narrative, like get people hooked in. Cuz like I don't know, it's ridiculous. I don't want to talk about this anymore. This guy's just a fucking moron, honestly. I'm going to talk about this. I'm going to talk about, and I'm not going to talk about this for too long, but I'm going to talk about this. And this is like very cringe. So, oh god, I've got to fucking I'm rethinking this segment because I have to like actually log out of my Twitter account. Cuz I'm blocked.
Right, don't you log in on your incognito page?
Yep, I gotta bring that open. Okay, so I want to talk about Private Cinema a little bit here. This news came out yesterday. Okay, so Private Cinnamon Bun is a speedrunner that got banned from AGDQ 2017, and his ban was very stupid and, shouldn't have happened. But ever since that ban has happened, right? Private Cinnamon Bun has kind of made it his life goal to shit on GDQ. He's made it his life goal to just kind of like hate them as much as possible. For good reason. GDQ is pretty horrendous. So I'm, a little similar agreement there. But over the past 6 months, this guy, Private Cinnamon Bun, has had some sort of severe emotional breakdown, and it's actually pretty sad to see. So we're at the point right now where this guy is at a point in his emotional breakdown to where he's basically crying and begging GDQ to unban him. And he wrote a letter that is the most unprofessional, rambly, like... this shit is just absurd. It's like literally like a sycophantic fucking like blog post that somehow he thought was a good letter to beg people for an apology. And I think this is hilarious. And I just wanted to like, it's also really funny because he literally just like doxes himself here for like no reason. And I mean it's it's on there now, so I mean it's public domain, bitch. But it's just like, this shit is just absurd to me. Honestly, do you have any comments, Snowwhirl?
Maybe not my first like choice of like direction in terms of an appeal email.
I just want to point this out at the very end here. It says, speaking of demons and demonizing, Cyberdemon 531 and I are no longer on speaking terms. In recent months, she's grown increasingly unhinged and let slip some sociopathic and manipulative tendencies that made me question whether she ever viewed me as a friend in the first place, or if I was just a pawn for her to manipulate. And I decided not to support her hateful statements and attempts to create attention by being a toxic individual any longer. Jesus fuck.
That's all one sentence, by the way.
Imagine writing this in a professional apology letter to like a charity organization. Like, imagine writing this. It's literally absurd. It's fucking it's insane. It's insane. And I just wanted to take a little moment to just etch this into time, where this is the bottom of the barrel for Private Cinnamon Bun. This is like, we're down. This is like a worse downtrend than Bitcoin, and Bitcoin's pretty fucking bad right now. So this is not okay. And I hope he gets help, honestly.
Like Bitcoin, I hope he rises up.
Rises up. Jeez.
Like a phoenix. Or something.
So I just want to touch on this too before we end this. I wanted to focus on this one. Even if I remain banned, I'm still going to strive to be a better person in 2019. So it's strange that he writes this, and I'm going to be paying attention to him I'm not going to be, but this guy's obsessed with me, and he tweets me like fucking every week or so. So I'm gonna know. The point is, I'm gonna know. We're gonna find out. Is he going to be a better person? What do you think?
What do I think? I mean, is this a prediction?
Yeah, what do you think? Is he gonna be a better person?
I think yes, maybe not in 2019.
Maybe not 2019. God, I fucking
month 1 is already over.
month 1. Yeah, we're running out of time. I don't know. It's sad. Speedrunners are very, very, very sad. Very sad people. And that's all I got. Do you want to transition into politics? We got lots of political stuff to talk about. So we're just gonna let's hop in. Yeah. So this is hot right now. This is the hot news. I'm just gonna throw it on the fucking. I'm just gonna do it. This is it. This happened. The President of the United States of America, the most powerful man in the free world, just made a joke about Native American genocide in reference to Elizabeth Warren announcing her campaign. And I can't. So this is my initial reaction. When I saw this, I literally couldn't. So I went from having a great time, my life was fantastic, I was enjoying my day, and then this showed up on my screen, and I couldn't. At that point, I was done. I couldn't anymore. No longer could I. So yeah, no. This is totally overshadowing, by the way, like Liz's actual campaign announcement, which, I mean, she did this exploratory campaign bullshit like a month ago, so we all knew she was running, so it doesn't really mean anything, but, like, it's still just really funny. So basically, Donald Trump says, today Elizabeth Warren, sometimes referred to by me as Pocahontas. So let's just analyze this, okay? Let's analyze this. Sometimes referred to by me as Pocahontas.
Like, when I first read that, I had no idea what the hell it was that I was reading. Like, that is never, like, that sentence is the first time I've ever seen
words,
that sentence
you know,
used.
like, words collected in that fashion, you know? And Trump's Twitter timeline is that every single time. Every single time you get one of these tweets on your timeline, it's like, how the fuck did a human write this? Ah, God. Will she run as our first Native American presidential candidate, or has she decided that after 32 years this is not playing so well anymore? See you on the campaign trail, Liz. Oh my.
Do you know what the 32 years is referring to?
As long as she's pretended, quote unquote, to be Native American.
I see.
I think is what that's referring to. But yeah, so now, this is like an actual thing. People are freaking out about it. There's like an actual fucking, like, it's like a top fucking Twitter, like, you know, thing. What is trend? It's trend. It's trending. This is how fucked up this is. Okay, so for those of you that don't know, the Trail of Tears, quote unquote, was it's Native American genocide. And I'm going for the latest here. It's ridiculous that, like, it's one thing to make a joke, right? But, like, the president, right? The guy who symbolizes the country that committed a genocide is going to be making fun of the genocide in reference to making fun of it. It's ridiculous. It's childish. I'm really happy that this is on my timeline. And it's just hilarious, and I can't believe that fucking this is happening. Do you have anything to say being a Canadian, Snow Whirl?
That's impressive. That would be like political suicide here.
That's impressive.
Because, like, I mean, you can do stuff like that, but you just don't say it. So, like, saying it, that's wow.
Fucking, that's impressive. That's such a good answer. Oh my god. What a fucking psycho. Jesus.
And it's like bad that I'm laughing at it, but, like, it's legitimately just, like, cruel and, like, awful.
No. Like, it's not funny, but, like, it's funny in the sense that, like, it's so fucking ridiculous. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
it's unbelievable. And yeah, whatever. It's unbelievable. And honestly, like Elizabeth Warren, like right now, we'll talk about her more later. But like right now, she's probably the best candidate in the race because technically Bernie's not in yet still. But I mean, like I don't know. I'm not really too wowed by her right now. So that's all I'm gonna give her. That's all I'm gonna give her. Fucking Donald Trump. It's unbelievable. What are these tweets? Oh my.
Some Easter eggs hidden deep within.
We have some Easter eggs. Uh-oh. Alright, so what is this? Oh god.
Yeah.
Oh my fucking god. I love this. Revolutionary. Well done, John.
Well done.
And then he responds with, "Thank you." I fucking can't. What is wrong with this guy? Fuck. Let me just scan his Twitter timeline real quick. Who'd you vote for if the election were held today? Hillary, Trump, McAfee? McAfee? I always pronounce his name wrong. It's probably for the best.
What are the results here? Did you vote?
I have to vote to get the results.
Did you do it? I want the results. I need the results.
I mean, it's a biased poll anyway. What are you gonna do? 13% Hillary, 33% Trump, 54% McAfee. Honestly,
he barely wins on his own page.
yeah, that's pretty funny. But like, the thing about this is 33% Trump. Really?
So like, I like this John guy, but like, who cares? I'd rather just vote for Trump again.
Yeah, like who? Okay, so who's following McAfee that prefers Trump to McAfee? That's a bizarre thing. Like I thought this would be like 90%, but this is actually kind of bizarre to me. How is Trump 33? That's weird. Jesus. Okay.
He barely won his own Twitter poll.
Oh my god.
This is like that time when that guy Glenner made the Twitter poll about trans rights and if people had concerns, and he made it. It's a public poll, obviously. So like, it didn't go so well for him when people found out. So he made another poll about, do you have concerns about the way that trans rights are progressing? And the two options were, yes, I have concerns, and yes, I have a lot of concerns.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. That was really fucking funny. Oh god.
I'm very keen to see how this clone army progresses throughout the next little while.
Alright, what do we have here? We have something from Fox News. What's Fox News up to? I'm gonna watch this clip.
I see what seems.
Oh, I know what this is.
Got Fox News up in here. Alright, let me collect my tabs here.
This is actually really, really interesting.
Soak the
Is it really? Okay, well, I'm gonna full screen it and we'll see how interesting this is. So, 3, 2, 1, play.
is what seems to be a movement against capitalism in this country. This is a piece in Politico. Just
I know it's insufferable,
Soak the
but
rich.
it's only 50
Americans
seconds.
Say go for it. In this piece, it talks about how recent polling is showing that the American public is increasingly on board with raising taxes on the rich. As evidence, we pulled up this latest Fox News poll on the issue, whether Americans support raising taxes on the wealthy, on incomes over $10 million. Those that are in favor of that, 70%, Charles. Over $1 million in income, 65% are in favor of raising taxes.
The idea of fairness has been promoted in our schools for a long time.
I love
We're
this
starting to see
reasoning.
kids who grew up in this notion that fairness above all, and now they're becoming voting age, and they're bringing this ideology with them.
Cringe. 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 I love how like Fox News makes a poll. Like they do these polls that are like, haha, we'll prove to the radical left how wrong they are. And then it's like, oh, 70% actually agree with them. Fuck. And then like they have this guy. The reasoning here is just ridiculous. Fucking like schools teach you that everything should be fair. Like,
do they?
Last time I went to school, I took an economics class that was just fucking libertarian propaganda about how like fucking last time I went to school, you know, they did not teach me that everything should be fair. So, you know, I don't know what this guy's talking about personally, but it's a ridiculous claim. And you know what? Honestly, everything should be fair. So, you know, fuck you, bitch. Give me my money back.
I think it's ridiculous to claim that schools are teaching really teaching the idea of fairness when standardized tests are still like totally like worshipped in like school culture as like I don't know, just that kind of thing.
Yeah, but education system is a complete disaster. That's a whole nother subject though. I think. What? Let me look at the replies for this.
This is pretty much essentially just like that kind of myth of like participation trophies, how it's like used as a cop-out for like everything.
No, yeah, I don't understand this weird thing that people say that like people like I don't know, something to do with the soy or something. I don't know. Something to do with the soy, I think. I don't know. The soy is just it's too much.
What are your thoughts on before and after drinking soy?
Before soy, I was a completely different person. I was strong. I had conviction. I had hope, and now it's all gone, and I'm a shell of my former self. That's what happened after drinking soy. This is my post-soy experience. Coming out of the closet as a soy user.
That's honestly the worst thing you could come out as.
It's pretty bad, actually.
Second to being a gamer.
Oh yeah, of course. So next, this is on its way out, but I wanted to talk about it. I want to talk about Ralph, our good pal Ralph. How do you feel about Ralph?
Bizarre.
Why are you so good at these fucking like... God. Ralph is definitely bizarre.
Oh, what the hell? The news title has bizarre in it. I just got owned.
Yeah. Bizarre is just a good fucking word. So I'll just, you know, I'm sure most people by this point are familiar, but Ralph Northam, basically, there's some drama, so to speak. There's some drama. I'm just gonna start saying drama for politics. There's some drama in Virginia about abortion, and basically there is some bill that was proposed that made some small adjustments to like late-term abortions. And basically the right wing just fucking exploded and like freaked the fuck out and like erupted with fucking cringe. And some Republican got so offended that Ralph decided that, you know, at the worst possible scenario, if multiple doctors as well as the mother agree that and the mother's life is in danger, that she should be able to save her own life with an abortion, the gall of Ralph to say that, yeah, maybe that's not a bad idea. He gave such a milquetoast interview. And so basically some Republican, like, you know, knew about the yearbook thing, and just decided to fuck him over because of that. So it's important to know the origin story, as far as I know.
I didn't know about the lore.
Yeah, the origin story here is pretty important. But Ralph responded to this in like the worst possible way. This is a really good header image, by the way. Like, this is, like,
I keep scrolling up. Like, that's really
it's a
fitting.
pathetic, like, sad man.
Sad man.
A sad and lonely little man. And he at one point he was like, oh yeah, the fucking photos aren't me. Oh wait, maybe it was me. No, it couldn't be me because I wore blackface at some other point, so it couldn't have been this one. And it's like the reaction has not been good. Like, honestly, I'm gonna be 100%. Like, I don't think it matters if this came out. Like, it doesn't really matter. Like, it's a long time ago, and I think you can look at anyone's individual policy positions to know whether or not they're racist. So, I don't think a yearbook photo from like 40 years ago, or wherever, however long it was ago, I don't think that affects anything right now if this person doesn't have like a proven track record of being racist all the fucking time.
Yeah, he was amazing, but now this one picture, that's it. It's over. Final nail in the coffin.
But like the reaction is honestly his fucking speaking abilities. This guy just needs to go away. But the thing with Virginia that's actually been really funny, well, it's not really funny. It's actually a disaster. Is that the line of succession for like if a governor steps down, the line of succession is the lieutenant governor. You might not know this now, but the lieutenant governor under some hot water right now.
Yeah.
So the lieutenant governor, Justin Fairfax, has been undergoing some sexual assault accusations. So
Those can possibly be true. That happens all the time. I mean, who knows?
I mean, okay, so the big one, governor, not looking so hot. Lieutenant governor is, he's prepping because he thinks the governor's going to resign. The governor's like, I'm not going to resign, hold off. And then this comes out, and then now there's even more. This is the second woman accusing him of sexual misconduct. And it's just... I don't know if this is true or not. There's a lot of stuff. I will be honest, I haven't read a lot of these articles yet, and I'm certainly not going to just spend 15 minutes reading this article live on air here. I'm on air. This is a radio broadcast. But I also wanted to talk about the Attorney General for Virginia. Now, the line of succession, right, goes from the governor to the lieutenant governor to, who do you think?
Who do I think?
Yeah, who do you think?
It goes to someone. I don't know.
It goes to a man. Virginia AG Mark Herring admits wearing blackface at 1980 college party.
That guy, okay. I was wondering when they would come into this.
I love this first thing on Fox News. Alert! Alert! Fuck! That's so good. Oh my god. But yeah, so this guy basically came out and was like, me too, basically, but like not the good kind.
Oh, so, there's some camaraderie here in Virginia.
Virginia's not looking so hot right now. Who the fuck knows what's going on? Like...
I love this line. Northam said he vividly remembers dressing up in blackface.
And I think the next guy in the line of succession is a Republican. So this could potentially be some sort of political fucking coup of some kind, but just in Virginia. Like there might be something afoot here, and it's really fucking funny. You have anything else to say, Canadian? How do you feel about American politics?
This is like when you get a bad deck of hands or bad deck of cards or whatever, and you just want to like get rid of every card and just reshuffle. Yeah.
I mean, I agree. I can walk to Virginia, so I mean, I'm pretty scared right now with these guys so close to me.
You could. I mean, somebody could walk from your position. I'm not sure if you could be walking.
Well, it is pretty cold outside. All right. So next, I got this video. This was sent to me by someone. It's a really cute video, and I wanted to take a moment to watch it. This is a Cub Scout, I believe, who's doing some Cub Scout thing. And do I have this tab muted? do?
Took a knee against racial discrimination, which is basically what people are mean to other people of different colors.
His dad's.
So this kid brilliantly explains why he's kneeling because of racial discrimination, and he just sums it up perfectly. Like, what a cool kid.
Oh yeah. I love kids that are very cool.
I love woke children. I love woke fucking children. Look at this guy. Look at this. Like, this is such a cool kid. I love woke children. I don't know.
I'm not sure if you're watching it right now, but like I didn't get the cue, so.
No. I had a little bit up there, but it's just a little bit. Pretty cool kid. This stuff makes me happy. So I wanted to toss it in. I mean, I don't
Just
know.
throw it in there. Just a little intermission here.
I don't know. It's cool. I think kids doing cool things is cool. It's a very
God
cool
damn.
thing. I love children. However, Trump does not love anyone, and there might be another government shutdown soon. And let's talk about this. So basically, what ended the shutdown last time were airport workers basically deciding, I'm not doing this anymore. Sorry, buddy. Because they basically went a few weeks. What was it? It was 35 days?
30-something days. It was quite a long time.
So yeah, it was definitely, I think, 4 weeks or so. Or 5 maybe? I don't know. It's a lot of weeks. 5?
Mm-hmm.
5? 6? I don't know. They missed a lot.
Stop.
I'm embarrassing myself. I'm going to cut that part out. Okay, so basically, yeah, so the workers, the airports are like this weird nexus where, like, the poor and the common people work there, and then the rich people have to fly everywhere constantly. So it's kind of this weird nexus where we have direct control over the rich. And honestly, it took way too long. But the airport strikers are basically, because the government, if there is no deal met by the 15th, the government's going to shut down again. So airport workers are basically saying, we're ready this time, and we're going to fucking do this day one. So first of all, this needed to happen last time. I mean, like, come on.
Was it unexpected last time? No. Like, was there prep time? Because Trump has stated that he will shut down and on this date in the future, and the airport workers, they have inside intel now, and they have time, so it's not looking so good. In fact, it's looking quite good.
Yes, I mean, like, here's the thing. I love labor rights. I love unions. I love working together. I love organizing, and I love protesting. But this isn't enough. We need a fucking general strike. We need not just the airport workers. We need fucking literally everyone to just not go to work. Because, like, imagine what would happen if, like, every fucking, like, of moderates fucking wealth American, so non-rich people, right? Every, like, normal person just said fuck it and didn't go to work. I mean, like, the amount of power that we, the people, have over the government is significant, right? And just no one realizes it. And I'm glad that the airport people are finally figuring this out. They're like, we can't have this happen again. We have the most kind of, like, influential, kind of position here to barter with, and they're using it, and they're leveraging their power over the government, and that's great, because this is what we need. We need to keep the government in check, especially with fucking Trump in office. Yeah, so I mean, this is awesome.
Especially so when it's like, this is like literally like a handful of people that are like effectively like causing this much harm on like thousands and millions of people.
Yeah, no, yeah, I mean, like, if you want to extrapolate, obviously, like, the United States government is a genocidal, fucking disgusting regime filled with murderous, fucking evil, psychopathic killers. So, I mean, you know, we need to get them all out of there, like, fucking ASAP. But yeah, I don't like those people. I like strikes. Strikes are cool. I wish I had a real job so that I could go on strike, but I don't have a real job. Instead, I make videos, and I get paid sometimes. So, but yeah, that's pretty awesome. Good news for once.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully. I mean, it could go maybe a lot of ways, I think.
Definitely in
So-
many ways.
There's many ways.
Many ways. Believe me. Alright, so, this next story. Are you ready for this one? This is going to be...
I think this one's pretty hot, isn't it?
West Virginia GOP lawmaker compares gays to the Ku Klux Klan after using F-slur on the House floor. This is an excellent headline, by the way. Also, this is an excellent photograph. Holy shit, what is that?
Who took this? Who kept this?
Yeah, why was that image taken? And
That background just screams like 1990.
yeah, I mean this is not good. I'm talking purely about the photograph. The story is like also kind of bad, but like this photograph is not good, okay? But this is just like this is the shit that happens that like we just don't get to hear about a lot because state politics aren't really reported on as much as national politics. But like this shit is like this happens, and it's like West Virginia is, you know what? It's, not everyone in West Virginia is a terrible person, but you know it's one of those states that's got like a lot of, you know, typical Republican kind of user base there, I guess. And this is the kind of shit people do. This guy is like literally fucking spewing fucking hate speech in fucking government buildings, and it's ridiculous. Like this guy, like that, like this kind of shit is like should be an instant termination. And the fact that this guy has a job, and the fact that this guy has constituents, and that people agree with them, and you know, obviously over on the greater side of things, you know, it's incorrect, and more people disagree than agree. But it's just gerrymandering in the way like these people just shouldn't have a voice. Like I don't care about your free speech, buddy, you know? Like
Yeah, this is absurd. This is how.
we're not debating policy at this point. We're like this is just ridiculous. This is fucking
I do like how it's stated that he claimed that the anti-LGBT discrimination bill that was like I assume was being talked about at the time was bigoted and discriminatory and would in fact hurt gay people instead of like help them. So he's in fact the crusader of LGBT rights.
Mm-hmm. And fucking I love this quote. The LGBTQ is a modern day version of the Ku Klux Klan. I fucking imagine. Can you also imagine saying the LGBTQ? Like
This not a group is a modern day version of a group.
it's ridiculous. These people are fucking evil, and they should be in cages.
Being gay does not like sign you up to a group.
I'm in the LGBTQ group email list where we share our recipes and cookbooks, and we share our sewing mechanisms and other such things, as well as share propaganda that is aimed at children so that they will also turn LGBTQ.
Of course.
Of course.
What?
Anyway, this is ridiculous. Fucking, this is ridiculous. Holy shit. This is another good link.
Small Easter egg. He used LGBTQ in one quote and LGBT, so I guess he just got lazy and just stopped using the Q.
Yeah? Just drop him off. Drop him off at school. God, I just want to take a moment to talk about this because it's just like, it's really funny. Fucking, God, I love Ben Shapiro. I love Ben Shapiro. Like, honestly, Ben Shapiro is like one of the greatest intellectual minds of our time. And he is so smart that he figured it out. He cracked the code. Right? He cracked the fucking code. So HBO is doing Beto and Netflix is doing AOC. No media bias. See? Ben is on top of things, right? HBO is talking about Beto and Netflix is talking about AOC? Damn.
Fucking annihilated.
I guess the whole media is obsessed with left-wingers then. I mean, this is perfect. This is irrefutable facts and logic. This is irrefutable facts and logic. I love just
like how it is
replies,
Avatar.
by the way. Yeah, what is this
you like
new
the
avatar?
comments?
What is this? What is Ben Shapiro's new avatar? It's
It
just
exhumes just in raw intelligence.
Jesus, look at this fucker. I just love the replies, though. The replies are just so good.
Scoop me on the replies here.
Oh, it's just people making fun of him. Like, the guy's a fucking hack, moron, dumbass, fucking loser. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, imagine actually thinking that the fucking media is biased in favor of the fucking left wing. Like, obviously he doesn't think that. He's a paid fucking shill. But, like, it's I don't know. These tweets are just fucking funny. I love these people. They're just endless fucking piles of fucking entertainment. What is Ben Shapiro up to? The first thing I see is Ben Shapiro retweeted Dave Rubin. Holy fuck. Murder me? Literally just fucking shove a fucking shiv in my neck and kill me? End my life? Fuck me? Alright. Next.
I love this though. Like, that's the only politician HBO has ever talked about is Beto, and
Apparently.
Netflix has only talked about AOC.
Yeah, apparently.
Yes.
It's not like Claire McCaskill just got hired at CNN or anything, and she's like a fucking rabid, fucking right-wing, fucking meme blue dog Democrat. But it's not like Jeff Flake just got also hired at CNN. Did he get? Was it CNN or somewhere else that hired Jeff Flake? I don't know. NBC? I think it was NBC. One of those. Either way, fuck off. Either way, fuck off. I'm gonna talk about this. This is. I think this is good news. This is Joe Crowley, which, if you don't know, is the guy who got destroyed, dunked on, slayed, if you will.
Slayed, definitely slayed.
By the future queen.
Because AOC only slays.
Yeah, the future queen of Earth slayed this man in cold blood. And so he said that he didn't underestimate her, which is interesting because most of the Democratic establishment, the Nancy Pelosi's of the world, are, they're pretty fucking dumb. They're pretty oblivious, for the most part.
Yeah, but what about Nancy with sunglasses on?
Right, yeah! She did the clap at the State of the Union. Right, she's woke. No, but yeah, so Joe Crowley was just a high-ranking Democrat. You don't really need to know about him. He's just a cringe lord. But he knew that, the actual left, the actual populist left, the people that, understand that, maybe the rich people shouldn't have this much money, just as a passing thought, maybe. Those people are actually, 70% of the country, and overwhelmingly popular. So when people actually talk about that stuff, turns out, they're going to do pretty well. So apparently Joe Crowley knew this, and he's talking about it now. And I want to just read this quote. I take some solace in that was important enough for people actually took note of someone beating me. So I think this is really funny. He turns it all from AOC, awesome, progressive champion hero, into some random girl beat the Joe Crowley. I love how he flips it. It's just.
Are we gonna see the Crowley comeback? The Crowley wave?
Maybe he's gonna bring it back. Fucking Joe Crowley, fucking 2020. He's coming back. We're bringing him back. All right, write him in if we have to. He's coming back. And this is also just at the very end. So you might think, that with this headline, you might think maybe Joe Crowley kind of learned his lesson. Maybe he's actually not as dumb as we thought. And then he ruins it all at the very end. He ruins it all. Did I accidentally fuck something? Right. Okay. So I think it's important to remember how Democrats won in House of Representatives by appealing to moderate districts where Republicans held. I kind of butchered the terminology there, because I can't read. But basically, at the very end, he's basically saying like, oh yeah, centrists are, they're still important, and it's just like, this guy doesn't understand what he's doing. And it's just really funny. These out of touch fucking losers are just hilarious. And I just wanted to talk about that because I think it's an interesting tidbit that I didn't see many people talking about. So
A good nugget, a good Easter egg.
it's a good Easter egg. I love referring to these as Easter eggs. Oh God.
It is good, and that's why I'm continuing to use it.
No, yeah, it's fantastic. So yeah, do you have any thoughts on our friend and
That last quote, that was something. Are you sure he wasn't being misrepresented, perhaps?
It's possible. It's possible. The media is very, 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 very left wing. So it's most likely that they made him look bad because the media is just so far left of Joe Crowley that
Right.
of
course.
Right. So that's what it looks like. Yeah. So we have we have an interesting article here that I saw and I noted down, and I wanted to talk about this. Because we happen. In case people didn't know, we happen to be a certain parts of a certain group, if you will. So, we have some authoritative positions here. I'm not intersex personally. Are you intersex? I don't think so.
No, I'm not
Not to my
interested.
not to my knowledge. But I saw this actually from when you follow trans people on Twitter, you're gonna see a lot of this stuff with people arguing, and this is very interesting. I didn't know that this was a thing. That like if intersex people were born, that like the doctor would have an ability of some kind to just kind of like
Right, yeah.
do whatever that they wanted to like.
I found this out too.
Yeah, this is a little scary. This is a little weird.
So essentially, intersex baby, right? So that's bad. So we make them normal by making them into the binary of male or female.
But like,
Attempting
it doesn't
to.
work that way, which is kind of a big deal. It doesn't fucking work that way. And I don't know. I didn't know that was a thing, and it's creepy, and it's fucking weird. It's creepy and it's fucking
It is.
weird.
It's very weird.
Yeah. Do you have anything else to say?
Not exactly. It's like very, complex and interesting, I think. But I don't know too much onto it. Just that, I know some people are it's I've heard of some intersex people that are just very hurt by the fact that they they had something happen to them. They just they cannot take back or whatever, and that's just, I don't know, that just sucks.
Yeah, no, it definitely is. It's really stupid. So definitely disagree with that for sure. I want to do more research into this at some point and see kind of just more about these kind of policies, and not just in California, obviously, but all around in my states and other states and stuff. 'Cause this is something that's actually pretty interesting, and it's pretty big for kind of human rights. So
Right. I think for perspective, being intersex is, I've heard how I'm not 100% sure on the statistic, but being intersex is more likely than being redheaded.
yeah,
So this
something like
impacts
that.
a lot of people.
But there's also it's the variations and stuff. So it's,
Yeah, I mean, not all. I don't know about all of the variations or whatever, but just the fact that it's affecting so many people. I don't know. I think it should be talked about more.
I agree. I agree. I've got this AOC video on for the next little bit here. And this video is long, but it's good. And I really do want to watch the whole thing because I think I think it's worth watching because it's just really good. So I'm just gonna like play the video. If you haven't seen it, it's pay attention. So I'm gonna drop a hot 3, 2, 1, go here. So 3, 2, 1, go.
It's already super legal, as we've seen, for me to be a pretty bad guy.
So this is AOC slaying.
It's even easier.
She's slaying
for the
right
President
now.
of the United States to
Some live.
That's right.
Thank you very much.
Future Queen of Earth.
Let's play a lightning round game. I'm going to be the bad guy, which I'm sure half the room would agree with anyway. And I want to get away with as much bad things as possible, ideally to enrich myself and advance my interest, even if that means putting my interests ahead of the American people. I have enlisted all of you as my co-conspirators, so you're going to help me legally get away with all of this. So, Mrs. Hobart Flynn, I want to run. If I want to run a campaign that is entirely funded by corporate political action committees, is there anything that legally prevents me from doing that?
No.
Okay, so there's nothing stopping me from being entirely funded by corporate PACs, say from the fossil fuel industry, the healthcare industry, big pharma. I'm entirely 100% lobbyist PAC funded. Okay, so let's say I'm a really, really bad guy, and let's say I have some skeletons in my closet that I need to cover up so that I can get elected. Mr. Smith, is it true that you wrote this article, this opinion piece for the Washington Post entitled, "These payments to women were unseemly, that doesn't mean they were illegal"?
Well, I can't see the piece, but I wrote a piece under that headline in the Post, so I assume that's right.
Okay, great.
What
So,
a
green light
stupid
for
answer.
hush money. I can do all sorts of terrible things. It's totally legal right now for me to pay people off. And that is considered speech. That money is considered speech. So I use my special interest dark money funded campaign to pay off folks that I need to pay off and get elected. So now I'm elected, now I'm in. I've got the power to draft, lobby, and shape the laws that govern the United States of America. Fabulous. Now, is there any hard limit that I have? Perhaps Mrs. Hobart Flynn, is there any hard limit that I have in terms of what legislation I'm allowed to touch? Are there any limits on the laws that I can write or influence, especially if I'm based on the special interest funds that I accepted to finance my campaign and get me elected in the first place?
There's no limit.
So there's none. So I can be totally funded by oil and gas. I can be totally funded by Big Pharma, come in, write Big Pharma laws, and there's no limits to that whatsoever.
That's right.
Okay, so awesome. Now, Now, Mr. Mirabani, the last thing I want to do is get rich with as little work possible. That's really what I'm trying to do as the bad guy, right? So is there anything preventing me from holding stocks, say, in an oil or gas company, and then writing laws to deregulate that industry and cause, that could potentially cause the stock value to soar and accrue a lot of money in that time?
You could do that.
So I could do that. I could do that now with the way our current laws are set up. Yes?
Yes.
Okay, great. Is it possible that any elements of this story apply to our current government and our current public servants right now?
Yes.
Yes.
So we have a system that is fundamentally broken. We have these influences existing in this body, which means that these influences are here in this committee shaping the questions that are being asked of you all right now. Would you say that that's correct, Mr. Marabani or Mr. Schaub?
Yes.
All right, so one last thing, Mr. Schaub. In relation to congressional oversight that we have, the limits that are placed on me as a congresswoman, compared to the executive branch and compared to, say, the President of the United States, would you say that Congress has the same sort of standard of accountability? Is there more teeth in that regulation in Congress on the president, or would you say it's about even, or more so on the federal?
In terms of laws that apply to the president, yeah, there's just almost no laws at all that apply to the president.
So I'm being held, and every person in this body is being
Such a
held
good
to a
answer.
higher ethical standard than the President of the United States.
That's right, because there are some committee, ethics committee rules that apply to you.
And it's already super legal, as we've seen, for me to be a pretty bad guy. So it's even easier for the President of the United States to be one, I would assume.
That's right.
Thank you very much.
God, so good. So fucking good. Literally
yeah.
just fucking wow, mass fucking slaying by the future fucking queen of this planet. What a wonderful woman. Like, okay, so we have a chat question here from Conic40. Should they be forced to sell their stocks? Yeah. Like, hello? Of course. There should be no conflict of interests.
Right.
I love the way she told that story. The way that she speaks is just incredible. Because she makes these fucking, like, even when she's in these rooms where she knows everyone else in this room, for the most part, hates my fucking guts and wants to fucking, like, get rid of me. But she's gonna fucking slay and be epic because she knows there's cameras rolling. And she knows people are gonna just fucking clip that off of C-SPAN and make this kind of shit. And it's gonna go viral. And it's gonna get fucking 518,000 fucking retweets. Can you imagine a number that high? My goodness.
That's just this source too. I was watching a different source that.
Yeah, there's a lot of sources. You know, a lot of people.
This one particularly has a nice little jazz music in the back. It's like kind of comical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1 million likes. 1 million fucking likes. Unreal. 1 million fucking likes. Wow. This fucking.
I did I seen something like somebody said yeah, but there was like a rebuttal to this. It was afterwards, and it was conveniently left out. And then somebody like said how like shitty it was and how they just got completely destroyed. And I thought that was funny.
Yeah, the whole point of these is that like you take like a 3-hour fucking C-SPAN fucking live stream that no one gives a fuck about and make it into like a 5-minute watchable fucking clip. You know what I mean? So like there's some part that happened in the middle. Yeah, of course there's a part that happened in the middle, but we don't care about it. It's not fucking relevant. Like we could watch the whole thing, we could get the full context, but I mean the context doesn't matter as much as like the fucking actual getting the fucking like policy out, you know? Like it doesn't like you don't like fucking people wouldn't retweet a 3-hour fucking C-SPAN video. No one fucking no one cares. These people are ridiculous.
Yeah, 5 minutes, that's like kind of the limit for like video length on Twitter.
Yeah, I mean this is fairly long, so.
And it goes viral like quick too, which is impressive. You click it and it's over.
This is a good response. 5 minutes. I didn't think I could make it through the whole thing, but now I wish it were longer. So good. Exactly though. Like she's literally just fucking slaying the entire fucking.
Yeah.
Like, she's so good. God, a fucking future queen of Earth. Honestly.
Yeah, she brings up like a point that's like never brought up in politics. I think it's because like it's one of those things that no one wants to talk about. So.
No, yeah.
I think it's good that it's like being talked about.
It's strange, you know, like, like you know, we've had politicians that are okay, you know, like Ro Khanna's pretty good. I like Ro Khanna. You know, Bernie Sanders obviously, but I mean AOC's ability to just speak is unparalleled, even by Bernie. Bernie's a good speaker, but AOC is just fucking future queen of Earth. That's all I got. I've got another story, though.
Okay, so AOC is good at speaking, but who's good at licking, perhaps?
Good segue. Florida City Commissioner resigns after being accused of licking men's faces and groping.
I love that. Licking men's faces, groping.
Oh my. Like, honestly, like, I can't.
She decided to resign.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
Probably good optics.
She's handling it better than Northam. Can say that much. Fucking hell. It's time for us
She
to all
insisted
move on.
she is innocent. Said she plans to appeal the Ethics Commission's ruling.
I love when people insist that they're innocent, but like they still resign.
She decided to resign to still the controversy. It is time for us all to move on.
Fucking Florida. Like, you know, people love to make fun of, like, you know, oh, Florida, man. You know, like, Florida's got the wacky people. And, you know, I thought Virginia was taking the cake recently, but Florida's not giving up. Florida's definitely fighting for the crown of, like, worst possible residents in the union. And they're hanging on to it, so I don't know if Virginia's gonna win out this one, but Florida's doing a good job. How do these people fucking get where they are? Do you know? Like,
well, you see, he said he would not have tolerated Miss Oakley's behavior had she not been a city commissioner, but he feared he would have been terminated if he attempted to thwart her advances.
Terminated. I love language like that. Like, when I think terminated, I'm thinking, like, a robot's gonna fucking blast me with a fucking laser beam. Terminated. Jesus. Oh my god.
Wow, that's impressive. Now, look at this is an impressive article. I don't know what that last one was, but this is impressive.
What is this?
What? I'm referring to the same one.
Oh. The same one? You lost me there?
What? Licky.
Licky. What a fucking weirdo. What a fucking weirdo. Speaking of weirdos, we should have talked about this earlier, but I just wanted to make fun of Trump for like another 40 seconds. Like, look at this fucking tweet. I saved this tweet when it happened, and I didn't link him up, but this one is just fucking funny. Presidential harassment. What the fuck? Oh. What is wrong with this person?
Reminder, you're the president. Just saying.
Fucking presidential harassment. Oh my god.
I love how the comments are just like completely destroying him.
Oh yeah, Trump replies are fucking good fun. Do you want to talk about this?
Always an epic tweet. Always an epic tweet.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about this abortion thing next?
Which one? Because both of them are on abortion. Just I kind of more moved it down here.
We can talk about the article first.
All right. So.
By the way, both or both?
What did it?
Sounded like you said both.
I don't recall saying that word.
Now, maybe I'm wrong, but if I type BOLTH, it's gonna come up with a red underline.
It's a squiggly line, not an underline.
It's not a word. Is what it is. Anyway,
I've heard people commit to saying that word despite it being wrong. So there is backing.
Not a word.
There is backing if I said it, and if I didn't say it, then we're good.
If I said this, but I'm not saying I did. But if I did do this, which I did not do, and I am not admitting to, then it wouldn't be that big of a deal. But I didn't do it.
Exactly.
Oh my fucking god.
So on this, there's been a lot of abortion talk because of the. It's like give me the lore here, Andrea.
The lore. The lore. What lore?
There is a new legislation in New York, right?
Is there?
Are you on the same page as me here?
Maybe. What's going on in New York? Tell me all about it.
So, a new legislation was passed, so allowing third term abortions in like very specific situations, like if the baby is like just not going to make it, or the mother's health is
So
at
it's the
risk.
same as Virginia.
So, yes, essentially. Now, there's like the president definitely they made some sort of comment on this legislation during the State of the Union, and they're trying to repeal the Roe versus Wade thing, right?
Basically, we're at a point where, because the court is stacked with psychopaths, certain states like Alabama, or say what's the case
North
one?
Dakota.
Ohio? I think Ohio also had another bill. Like, anyway, there's states that are doing the states' rights thing, and they're trying to like make it impossible to have an abortion. So they're doing stuff where, like, they've already been doing this, where, like, you know, abortion clinics have like absurd standards of quality that they have to adhere to, that they can't, otherwise they have to be shut down. So, like, oh, we're not shutting them down because abortion, but they're shutting them down because the ceiling is 2 centimeters too small and people won't be safe or whatever. So, you know, that's already been a thing. But basically, the Supreme Court is stacked with psychopaths, and a lot of states are basically hedging their bets that if there's a lawsuit over the legality of abortions, that if it does go to the Supreme Court, they won't actually adhere to Roe v. Wade. They're just going to either ignore it, set a new precedent, or throw things out, or just whatever. So that's basically the understanding here. This is the situation that we're in, where this could potentially happen. And it's pretty scary. And you mentioned that he did this on the State of the Union.
Yes.
Which is pretty good. I think it's funny that Donald Trump, you know, the State of the Union was fucking absurd. I don't want to talk about the actual State of the Union too much, but like the way that he like weaves together like American heroes, like, oh, look at Buzz Aldrin, oh, look at
Right,
you know, a child with cancer. Now let me tell you why abortion is bad.
Like he brings in stuff that's like unfuckable. Like, you cannot fuck up, like, I don't know, like trying to get rid of HIV, or like going to the moon.
I'm gonna
stuff
say
like
that Donald Trump's
just
standing there.
some bullshit.
If Donald Trump stood there, I think we would receive unfuckable as a signal, regardless of what he said. Personally. But yeah, so, you know, what's going on in Canada? So basically, everyone in America thinks that Canada's like, you know, some super liberal haven, but also simultaneously super weak and they suck and I hate Canada or something. Americans are dumb. Either way, so apparently Canada's not so good, and that's what this article's about.
Right, I just wanted to like bring up the statistic because people think Canada's like super progressive on like abortion rights and all that. But so there's what, like 35 million people in Canada, and there is 55 abortion clinics. 55 abortions, yes. 55 abortion clinics. So that's like 800,000 people per like clinic. And like if you I looked more into I read the whole article and I looked more into it, and a lot of the provinces are like, they're not doing so hot in terms of like coverage and like just like support. And there is one province that is like doing okay, Quebec, which is the province that like most people in Canada just like, despise. So I find that interesting.
Why do people hate Quebec so much? Is it because of the French thing?
They speak French. Yeah, it's that simple. Plus, they did a vote to like leave Canada. It was like almost 50-50, and it didn't go through. So I think people don't see them as true Canadians because they wanted to leave.
They want to leave Canada?
Yeah, and they're in the middle of Canada.
It's a little inconvenient.
That is inconvenient.
A
So
little inconvenient.
there's a lot of just like people don't like Quebec, I guess. Yeah.
Well, let's go back to talking about abortion. Let's not
Speaking
talk
of
about
abortion.
hating. Yeah, let's not talk about hating French people. Let's talk about killing babies. Yeah. So basically, Canada sucks, and it's like America too, but it's like slightly
Yeah,
better.
they don't really. The interesting thing is that our prime minister ran on like his campaign wanted to. I don't even know how to word this, but one of the promises was to like increase women's health rights, so do better for this kind of thing, and that just has not happened at all. So, way to go.
Way to go.
Way to go.
I mean, yeah. Fuck
At
Canada.
least there's weed now.
At least there's weed now. Hell yeah, man. Let's go.
Then we could forget about our problems when we can't get an abortion.
Fucking, we can
Because
forget.
we have to travel 8 hours and we're poor and we can't make the travel trip or whatever. And I don't know, it costs thousands of dollars. Or you have to wait. So actually I read in this article that it's kind of like a gamble. You can go to an abortion clinic, which you have to pay for, or you could do it through the health services, which because it's free, could take some time, and you're kind of under the gun here when you're pregnant. So waiting weeks at a time might not be a good idea. And if that falls through, then you have to it just seems like a nightmare situation where you have to pick between being bankrupt or potentially not having an abortion.
So it's just, if you're pregnant, you basically just get transmitted to Americans' healthcare system. Bankruptcy forever, lose all my money, and basically have to commit suicide because I have no means to live anymore. Or wait a few weeks. Both are about even. God. I wanted to get an abortion, but then I got high. Good chat comment from Vassara. No, that's me. That's like my eternal mood. Honestly, that is my eternal mood.
Abortion on what?
I'm gonna put that on the screen. I wanted to get an abortion, but then I got high. That's gonna be the tagline for this episode.
Oops.
Oh, fucking hell.
So yeah, that's the scoop on Canada abortion laws
Yeah, fuck
and
Canada.
practices. Yeah, fuck Canada. There's a lot of yay, go Canada stuff, and I don't know. I wish it was true. I really wish it was true.
Yeah, as the local Canadian, how do you feel about Americans' love for Canada? I wish it were true.
I wish it were true. That's my response.
Yeah. No, I mean Canada. The thing about
We have
Canada
some
is
solid
it is.
wins, though.
Yeah, no, yeah, you got some wins, definitely.
And we just hold on to those to fucking dear life. Except in Ontario, which is trying to bring in some private healthcare because of the Conservative Party being epic.
We need to just get rid of every Conservative Party. Just get rid of them. We don't need them anymore.
They're just rolling things back. It's like okay, so you're playing the game of life and you're rolling the dice and you land on a car or land on a spot and it just sends you back some spaces and it's just the worst.
I've never played the game of life.
No? It's great. It's like you just go.
I have it on PS1.
Yeah, you do. I've never seen that.
I've not played that either.
It's okay, so essentially the game of life is that you don't really control your life. So when you're in the board game, it's like a set path from you don't really have any control over your anything. It just kind of goes. So you can kind of just get fucked over the entire time, or you can just get it's kind of like Monopoly except way less skilled.
Thank you for that very in-depth description of a board game I will never play.
That was way too long.
That was way too long. I think we should save this last thing for next time.
Okay. We can certainly do that. And we could, in fact, just do even more. Like, go above and beyond.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I think I want to save that for next time.
Okay.
Just because I don't think I've prepped enough for that.
Yeah, me neither. Well, I watched the video, and that's enough prep for me.
That was way too much. That was significantly more than you should have done by any stretch of the imagination. But that about does it, I think, for us here, right?
Yes.
So because we're doing a live chat, I just came up with this idea. Do you want to bring open the chat? Like, we have an actual user here who, like, seems that they don't know what the hell's going on, and they seem a little bit confused. Do you want to, like, talk to the chatter?
Which chatter?
Conic40.
Hello, chatter. Hi, chatter.
Hello, chatter?
Why is there abortions? Well, you see. Not so good on education either. I went to Catholic schools. I live in Canada. No sex ed, so wonder why there's abortions. Then
Oops.
That's one aspect to it. Hey, chatter.
Oops. Yeah. I don't know. How did you feel? Did you have fun?
Yeah,
Without
this is
Vio?
fun. Well, Vio's always adds spice to my life, but it's like a varying amount of spice at random times.
A varying amount of spice. Yeah, Vio is definitely a variable. I don't know. I think this is pretty good. Maybe not as good as the first step, but it's pretty good, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. How did y'all feel about the live show? As far as the live show goes, what can we do better next time? Why are there abortions when condoms in the morning after pill exists? Don't ask me. I'm not the one having an abortion. I'm sterile? I thought you both did well.
Stop! Stop!
Citations to specific case law? I'm afraid I'm not going to do that.
Oops.
Take chatter cues more. Yeah. We can do that for sure. Yeah, I definitely want to reformat it a little bit for the next time, but I think this is pretty good. Definitely a variable process as we figure things out.
Mm-hmm.
And we need to get you a fucking... Can we talk about this lighting?
What's wrong with the lighting?
Stream viewers, what is this lighting? What is this? Do you know what this is? Can anyone identify what this fucking light... Like, this lighting is awful. Unbelievable. Like, literally, like, she turns the webcam on, like 60 seconds before the stream starts, and I'm like, as soon as I see this, I'm thinking, oh, Jesus.
Can we dissect a prayer in bed?
No, not today. Not today, Mr. Mudd. We're planning, I think, to doing 2 a week. Or can we confirm this?
Yeah, sure.
All right, it's confirmed. You've heard it here first. The official confirmation. We're planning on doing 2 episodes a week since we don't have to deal with VO fucking over our schedule, and we're a lot more flexible. We're probably going to do 2 a week, so we're not sure about length, and we're probably going to throughout the next several episodes probably be just variable, changing the schedule and the format and how things work, and until we find something that fits perfectly. So, do you have any more comments before we sign off, fellow dog?
Well,